Calling it an abhorrent and hateful attack, Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner is speaking out today about recent web flyers attacking a Western New York state senator for his vote a few years ago to legalize gay marriage. The group behind the flyers are calling themselves the Committee to Save the Erie County Republican Party. The flyers, part of which you see right there, show two young men in some racy poses. Some say this is political porn. All of it accusing Republican State Senator Mark Grisanti of exchanging his vote in favor of gay marriage for big money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's talk more about it now with Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure, Michael.
Wearing two hats, at least. The mayor of Syracuse, of course, but also co-chair of the state Democratic Party. I know that you are upset by this. When did you first see it, and what was your first reaction?
Last night, and I was repulsed by it. And part of what I think it is important that every leader in our community, Republican, Democrat, Independent, male, female, straight, gay, stands up and says, this is abhorrent, it doesn't belong in political discourse, and we need to stand up and say, this is not what we stand for as New Yorkers, this is not what we represent, and we will not tolerate those who spread this kind of hateful, vile message.
We don't know who created this. There's speculation rampant on the internet about who may have created it. We also don't believe, from our reporting, that this has gone out in people's mailbox, as we get traditional political flyers every time November starts to creep up on us. We know that it's mostly circulating on the web in Western New York. Do you, Mayor, run the risk of raising its profile by speaking out in such a way on it, do you think?
It's part of one of the things, that's part of what I considered it before I...
You weighed that.
I did, and what I have in my experience, the only thing that stops this kind of behavior, this under the radar, and particularly now with social networks, it's so much easier to do, is to throw sunshine on it and to say enough is enough, stop this. And again, I think it's a responsibility of all Americans to say we have a civic discourse and we're not going to objectify people, we're not going to engage in hateful stereotypes or divide our community on issues like this.
You want the local Republican Party, the Onondaga County Republicans led by Tom Dady, to condemn this. We placed a phone call to him this afternoon. We're waiting for him to call back. I'm sure he will. But do you have reason to believe that Tom Dady and the local GOP would do anything other than condemn this?
I don't, but I want everybody to condemn it. As I said, I want women and men and gay people and straight people and Republicans and Democrats, and I think you saw right away lots of leadership across the state condemn it, across the nation, frankly. It was in Politico, condemn it. And so I don't think it should take time to condemn this kind of attack. And what is disturbing is, again, with social media, there's now become this phrase called the dog whistle, which is what people say in political communities. If you want to send a message, a hateful message that you don't want to be attributed, use social media and get out there and do it in this kind of way. We've got to stop that, whether it's attacking...
And it bubbles up.
Yeah, whether it's attacking gays, whether it's attacking women, whether it's attacking blacks. That's not the kind of country that we have, e pluribus unum, out of many one, and this is how we stop it and say enough is enough.
How many years are we away from gay marriage not being such a heated topic as it is right now?
Look, I think that we're there in New York State. I think that you're going to see every New York State person say, I may agree or disagree on gay marriage, but this kind of tactic is abhorrent. But I think the vast majority of New Yorkers, and very soon of the vast majority of Americans, are going to say that gay Americans are entitled to the same rights as straight Americans, that they're entitled to raise their families, have wills, have all of those legal rights and obligations.
Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner.
Thanks for having me, Michael.
Thanks for being in here. I appreciate it. We'll be right back.